Alright, let's do this. Machine Gun Eddie by Nitro. Album is OFR, and the link I have in the description is for a fan remastering of it. Okay, so this game apparently came out last year in 2025, and apparently only the console ports got released this year. But this is the first time I actually ever have heard of this game, and, well, I bought it on sale. I bought it on sale because they had this game for like 2,800 yen, but they also had, the makers of this game also made Grip, which is a racing game I wanted on GOG for a long time. And then especially if you bought this game and GOG, you can get both of them for 1,600 yen. So, hey, get two games for less than 15 American bucks. Yeah, I'd say it's worth it. Yeah, the console port trailer got dropped yesterday. In fact, I was gonna wait a while for it to go on sale, but it was already on sale. So I'm like, hey, I can't be mad. Yeah, Wired Production Inc. No, Caged Elements, the one that made it. Yeah. Well, 1 second here, guys. Was there? Yeah. Yeah. Oh. What is up with my my left monitor today? Jesus. Do I see the ports there? Okay, so I can make a new create game. Custom rally where you can make your own stuff, kill convoy, or this is just so irritating. Yeah. Let's do the first one here. There we go. Fellow stay in class. See what vehicles we got here. So only played about like the tutorial and like one match afterwards. It seemed pretty fun, but I just didn't get to try too much, you know. A lot of challenges. Shit. Let's go with this one. Oh wait, no, wait, this one. Oh, it's gonna get nuts really, really fast. There we go. Okay, so we're red team. This is the first mode of the game where you can race to a bomb. You have to pick up the bomb and drive with your teammates into the other person's stomper mech to blow it up. But they can also blow up the bomb if it's on you, if you're not careful. And the red one's ours. Yesterday I was being put on blue team constantly, so the colors are literally messing me up for a second. Oh shit. Okay, so teammate, let's go. Hey. Gotta protect that payload. Oh shit. Be an Alamo game, how popular 19th century were when it comes to video game niches? Maybe, maybe not. It's in 19th century history is very much, I hate to say it, it's very much the pick and choose. From the bomb runner. Alright, let's change vehicle. Let's try this one out. Oh, it was too slow. Damn, I remember. This one was too slow. Let's try this one out. Respawn me. Oh, this one's... Oh, wait. Because everyone's got a different ability. Do we still got the speed boost, or do we get like the big jump? Let's see. Shit. Oh, shit. What the fuck? Oh my god. This is amazing. Yeah, I did not try this car out last night. Oh, it has a little mobile cooldown icons. I didn't even pay attention to that. Good. Oh shit, oh shit. Yeah. Get the hell out of here. There's just so much shit going on. Cause I was trying these out last night, and for some reason, like, even though I had bots on it, literally only spawned me and one other AI in there. So I quit the mode. But here we actually have a full-on proper, like, I think it's 8v8 we're doing here. Yeah, but with Alamo, again, as far as the greater worldwide context, it's very pick and choose. It's like how everyone picks the American Civil War, and then everybody picks, you know, Victorian England in that 1800s era. Like, everyone's got, like, one particular set piece that they have. Right, that's ours. I'm a knucklehead. Yeah, 1800s, like, everyone gets, like, one big centered piece, and then everyone just comes together at the dinner table for the two world wars. Oh, I got the bomb. Let's go. Come on, let's go! Oh, yeah. Oh, are they mad? They are so mad about this. Right click is my pulse here. Let's go here. Ooh, wait, who's got the bomb? Blue are not my teammates, gotta remember that. Wait, your channel was still great in the early 2000s, yeah, before the aliens thing happened, yeah. A2 or 3 FPS and Alamo is an RTS. Yeah, I was weirdly talking about something very similar with my friend the other day. About, like, which would be more popular, Valorant or League of Legends. I was not expecting to take the bomb shit. Go to the stuff. Nope. Yeah, I can drop the bomb before they blow you up. Oh shit. We barely made that. Where's the next bomb at? Oh god, I got crumped. This time I am actually on the blue team. No, I'm a red team. No, I'm on the red team here. Yeah, I'm on the red team, and my opponents are blue this time. Because it's like Team Fortress, where it's red and blue are your teams, not that red is your enemy, blue is your ally. Let's try the Deftocopter. Let's try. I haven't tried this one either. There it is. Oh my god, what do I do with this thing? Oh wait, I got a cyclone? Oh, let's try this out now. Oh shit. Well, can I pick up the bomb, or am I too heavy for that? Let's find out. Oh, oh no, 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 no. Oh my god. Oh crap. Damn it, they got me. Let's try that again. That was actually pretty fun. Yeah, we were talking about like Valorant or League of Legends was going to be more popular. And I was trying, and I took the stance that League was going to outlast Valorant because, you know, with a lot of these older type of games, you know, it's more dedicated. But the other thing is that they're more niche. When in terms of popularity, Valorant's going to be way bigger. And that's what happens. FPS is, especially with more modern FPSs and weaponry, it's gonna just be a lot more commercially successful. But the other thing, oh shit, is that we're talking about just from like a game perspective. Now we throw like military autism into there, and that's a whole other can of worms. Red. Oh shit. Where's Draka? There's red. Switching teams is available? No, thank you. I'm good on that. Okay. I get you for the copter yet. Okay, I got killed by the red thing. Shit, so I'm blue then. Wait, where's my... Yeah, I'm playing with bots, so I'm not playing with anyone online, so I don't have anyone going, hey, you're hitting the wrong team or whatever. This is probably more closer to like an on-the-spot review than like a regular playthrough. Yeah, I'm blue. Let's pick another vehicle. This one's a pretty good defensive one, but unfortunately, this one's just stupidly slow. Like I tried doing like the other mode, which has like racing and like tower checkpoints and everything, and I like missed the finish line by like that much. Yeah, but the thing with RTS is that, and I was saying this with my buddy too, that genres change. Like FPSs have gotten substantially more popular in the past 15 to 20 years. When if you were playing a PC game, you know, strategy games and point and clicks and adventure games were king. But now the console and PC are basically the same. The more casual taste is going to win out because it's just easier. More people nowadays have played an FPS on their Nintendo 3DS or their Switch or whatever, even a Game Boy, Tomb on the Game Boy. That's what's going to work. RTSs, people just don't have the patience anymore to learn this shit, unfortunately. Oh yeah, now I gotta escape. That's not gonna happen, is it? I'm fixing the wrong way, shit. We're halfway to the finish line. Yeah, the way this thing is with the back and forth, it's kind of like Overwatch's Escort the Payload. But the difference is that you are fighting over the payload to just blow up someone else's moving target, and I think that's a lot more interesting. But also one thing unlike Overwatch, I know I'm saying because it's on my mind, and one problem that Overwatch had is, this is why like with League of Legends you have one map. Because they have over 100 heroes in League, alright? And when you have over 100 heroes, trying to balance everything to be perfect isn't impossible. So, what do? You have only one map, Summoner's Rift. Overwatch tried to simultaneously give a map where every character could be used, but also where every character was equally balanced. No, that's not how it works. Like, some maps are going to have characters that are going to be better on it than others. There are more vantage points. What the fuck? I got this shit. Oh shit. What am I going through? Okay. Don't let me going around. I know. But yeah, you notice how the chopper, like, you have like planes in the background for like visuals, but your helicopter itself never goes that high, so that you're at an unfair advantage or disadvantage. Let's go. We're there! Yes! If I had the team names enabled, I'd be able to see it just fine. I'll re-enable it for next map so you can see what I mean. Let's see here. Do you want these? Okay, how many are available per set? You have to unlock these. Give me... Wait, no, this one. Let's go. With the rocket launcher. I forget if it's this one or the other one where you can actually control the missile when you launch it. It's just one of the three modes, I believe. There's a customizable mode, and like you can make your own tracks and play on them. Yeah, I enabled the Orky names so they have like the actual Orc names and not like regular random people names, like Steven, Bartholomew, Adrian with an H. What's up, Crimson Eye? Welcome, welcome. Wait. Oh shit, that's stuck. Yeah, oh, the little missiles are like live little... Oh. Love the head detail there. If you're gonna use Unreal for engine, like, add little fun details like that, where the little heads are moving. Ooh. Yeah, it's optimal to drop the bomb before they shoot you with it. Come on, you bastard. Yeah, the little blue and red dots on the back are like your indicators. If you don't have your names enabled. Looking sick. Yeah, it is kind of a Twisted Metal-ish thing. But unfortunately, there's no, like, just, like, proper arena mode that's just be the last man standing. If you wanted that kind of thing with Twisted Metal, you're not going to find it here, sadly. Gawk, is this true? Yeah, it's more like... There's one more game that it's almost like... Foobsy would know the name of it. He loves those kinds of games. It's Twisted Metal meets another kind of vehicular combat game. No, it's not Wipeout, because Wipeout's just like on a track where you need precision, you gotta win that race. Honest to God, mate, can't remember what the fuck it was. If I look at the YouTube comments, I'll probably remember, but I'm in the middle of a match. I gotta get up there somehow. Not for long, you assholes. Oh shit. Where? Oh, wait. You can't jump forever. There we go. I got the bomb. Where's it at? Oh shit. Run, 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 run. Oh fuck, fuck, fuck. No! I did. Because the trick, if you're going to be spinning out, you can press the space bar. You can actually, like, spin out to save yourself. Oh, Mad-Eye, okay, he's got it. Good. Simtina passed out. Yeah, I mean, the hardest part, I mean, Twisted Metal, unfortunately, has always had a problem since the PS3 days. Like, I know we debate about fighting game stories, but Twisted Metal, they wanted Twisted Metal to be an online service-only game with no story mode, and Jaffe's like, no, because... part of the reason people play is to see, you know, the personalities in the cars and to see the fucked up monkey's paw wishes. So if you're not going to give them that, then what's the point? I mean... yeah, he fought against having the game made live service. He told them, okay, fine. Give them 3 fully made story modes at least. You can just recycle the model to cut down costs. And he knew how to meet them in the middle. And that's why Twisted Metal reboot was actually met with some pretty good reception. Because it wasn't a total train wreck. It kept enough of what people liked about the games. But, you know, I talked to, our boy Sinistar here. And Sinistar said that we're never going to get more vehicular combat games like this because unlike games like Mario Kart, where it's kind of half of a game show with all the random drops, shit, should have been defended. There we go. Turn around, turn around. You can do this little trick here. There we go. Let's ally. Come on. We've got this. Let's go. Oh, you bastard. There we go. And that's more because the story in the case of Twisted Metal really with Calypso really is the atmosphere of the game. Mad-Eye, let's go Mad-Eye, 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 Mad-Eye. I'll cover, I'll cover. I know it's a robot, but still. Yeah, buddy. Hakuna Squigata. Oh yeah, fuck yeah. Where's the bomb? Oh, good, bad eye. Good. Yeah, if you press the little special button before you hit, you can... There we go, we got him. Yeah, but you have particular combat games like Wipeout, or or you know, F-Zero. Yeah. And technically, we got a paint job. Nice. Nice. Let me go to the menu. Alright. Should just have the game boot up first. Okay, play. I'm gonna create a game. Let's do the second one here. That's called Kill Convoy. I like the one that's better than the two modes. Like your two teams race out giant stompers on a hostile track and try to bomb each other and destroy enemy vehicles. The more kills and bombs delivered, the slower the opposing stomper will be. The faster team can get to the finish. So there actually is an incentive for you to just like be an active player and not just, you know, be camping. There's only one way to slow a stomp on that. Smash it, boom, boom, right in it. But as like those crumbing gets me, I crumb some good. If we ever get a text speech, I have to get that Grok is that true voice. I'll train the AI for that. I hate this cable so I hate my headphone cable. It's like so what's the word? Tangled. Yeah, Twisted Metal's really fun. Just the first one's okay, but like the deleted endings would have made the game a lot better because of cinematics. Because you're kind of playing to see the it's like Mortal Kombat where you play to see the endings, but more so than Mortal Kombat. You know what I mean? Like here, like the ending is why they're in the race in the first place because they all want the wish. All the combat's good. 2 is great. 2 is probably one of the top 3. Twisted Metal 3, it's the gameplay's better than 4, but the endings are so much worse that if you're playing for the endings, it's not worth it, I'd say. And the final boss of 3 has those infinite respawns unless you kill the 4 spawn points, which is why I didn't bother finishing it on stream because I just was like, I don't got the patience for that on stream. I tried to do that shit with just limited amount of lives. Number 4, the endings were funnier, they were sillier, and the characters were still pretty fun. Plus, you have the other cheat codes of doing a 2-player co-op mode. So even then, even though sometimes if you play it like with a friend, it's actually a better experience than 3. Then you have Twisted Metal Black, which in every way is arguably the best one. If you like your Twisted Metal taken seriously, it's the best one. The atmosphere, the music, the tracks, everything. Like, it's one of the few times I think it's the only one in the series I can say you could legit ignore the endings and you'd still have a great time. But the endings are just like the cherry on top, which is funny because that game had a terrible rush sequence. Like half the content got cut off. So if you play Twisted Metal head on extra twisted on PS2, you could either play Twisted Metal Lost that had some of the cut content from Black in there. Yeah, this is where it gets irritating. Okay, the way it works, there are four rounds in each match. So the first one you had to get to that checkpoint there. Wait, the first one there gets a point for the team. That's how we got the 30 points there. And then we gotta just roll from checkpoint to checkpoint like an arcade racer next, which is gonna be kind of irritating. You're gonna see why. Back up. Yeah, and that checkpoint is for you specifically, so that no one else can kind of steal your checkpoints. So the faster you handle this, the better your team does. And then you destroy each other for a bit, and then you rotate out again. Oh, shit. I forgot to turn the team names right. I promised you guys that. I'll put on for next time. Because we're just playing with bots. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Let me switch team. Let me let me put on the team name so you can see what's going on here. Options, settings. Should have it here in the game. On the HUD, yeah. I want to use both teams. All right, let's go. So, so it's a little bit easier to follow. Death Rally. This one has a modifier of random vehicle and Dock of Frenzy, and I can turn these on and off. Free choice on the PS1's mini roster, yeah. More accurate orc voice I just did. Thanks. I like the way I like my copy. I like my twisted metal when the white girl wins with a bit of darkness and spice. Yeah, it's so I would say that Head On is like that nice in between of 2 and Black, but the reboot as combat wise is probably the best one up there alongside 2 and Black, top 3. Like overall package, it's Head On, Black, and 2 equally tied depending on how you like them. But gameplay wise, it's 2, Black, and the reboot. And that's mostly because Head On is a portable game, so you have a few enemies spawn at a time. While Extra Twisted could have had the proper 8 players per match, but for some reason it just chose to keep that PlayStation Portable limitation. And they said that they could actually do the PSP thing with having all 8 players, but it was really taxing on the battery. So what was the point of draining your entire battery to play like 1 or 2 rounds of Twisted Metal? I mean like rounds, like matches. Don't kill me, we're about to race. Yeah, where's my checkpoint at? Yeah, we're fucked. Stop reading so fast. I'm not reading shit. Change vehicles. Alright. If you mean speaking, yeah, I'll slow down a bit. Yeah. Oh, the chat. Oh, the chat. I'm just so... I'm just blurring through that. Oh my god, I kept them on red. I thought they were on. Surprisingly, it was just as the HUD. Oh, like... Oh, okay. That on the HUD, like the left-right one. Let me see. There's another setting here quickly. Or did I not save it? I thought I put both teams. Oh, there we go. With the health bar too. There we go. Tripping hard over the chat, bro. I was just rolling down like a goddamn pinball. And I still get the high score, weirdly enough. Oh, I'm stuck. Please end my... Can I get out of here? Am I honest to God stuck here? Respawn. Like the way, like, yeah. Let's change vehicle. Yeah, I'm gonna pick this one again. Yeah, it took so long they just killed me. It's like 16th. Like, you didn't even get points for your team. Yeah, this is the default setting. With the whole health bars are on, that's the default. So if you're worried about it, like having to turn it on, if you buy the game, it's first one there. What? This is gonna be cancer. Let's go. Where's the checkpoint? I can't see the checkpoint. Oh god. Yeah, this is why I'm terrible at this game. Because it says race, and I'm like, where's the green checkpoint at? It should be big and green. And it's in different spots every time from what I've been seeing. Can I find a PS4 ROM of one of sort of it comes out? Send it to explain what I've seen? Or a cracked version? I'm not sure. I have to see the gameplay. Again, I tried get my toes in with Train game with Lionel Trains years ago as a gift, and I just wasn't vibing it. Again, I could be wrong. Cause again, I wasn't into Civilization as a kid either. I get more as a grown up now. But I have to really see like, how the gameplay loop is. It looks like okay-ish. I'll give it a chance. But no guarantees I'm going to like it. Because again, we also have very different tastes in games. I think yours, hate to say it, is... It's not as a slander or anything, but yours is clearly more based on like IPs and history, whereas mine's like other stuff, like more mechanics based. And that's just different. It's how he is. It's how he is. Yeah, probably get it on Steam, yeah, if I get it. Alright, we got an achievement, let's go. Well, what challenge I should say. Because you get like bonus unlocks and stuff like that. There's the next point. Oh shit, turn around, turn around. Oh, damn it. Come on, can't be Oogle. It's gotta be me. God damn it. I should have known, you little rat. Any reason why the Switch version has been delayed? I hate to say it's very simple. The Switch version almost always gets delayed because you have to water down the game of processing power. Because the Switch just isn't that powerful. It isn't. It's literally like a tiny old ass like Windows 7 PC. And if you optimize your game, that's not bad. But also remember this: a lot of times when they make games for PC and other consoles, it's PC build first, and then they weaken it to consoles, or its console version is weaker made first, and then they beef it up for PC. But now with Unreal and all that stuff, it's probably just the same game slapped across all three franchises. All three systems. Yeah, and Switch, it has to, because remember, with Switch, the thing is that you have to program the Switch twice. You have to make sure it's powerful enough to run in home mode when it's docked into the home dock with a power supply, to work on a full HDMI output, and then the other version, it has to be powerful enough to run smoothly when it's in handheld mode with half the power, or 3/4. I forget exactly how much the power gets cut. Like if you play Doom, for example, Doom 2016, Doom Eternal, on a console when it's plugged in on Switch, it's fine. There's no issues. But if you play it on handheld mode, the graphics take a hit and it runs at 30 frames a second. Sacrifices have to be made. If it's not the graphics, it's usually what it is the graphics, but there's also, you know, how it handles things and all that stuff. And that's usually why Switch ports get delayed. Surprised how many video games Warhammer 40k is? Because Warhammer 40k, they understand that it's a toy line first. You can get mad at the female custode shit, but they honestly believe if we give... Cause I think I know what they're trying to do with the female custodes. It's like, hey, if we give them female custodes and they're serious about it, they're going to buy the female custodes. And if they actually give money, we're going to keep doing that. Because it's money. But if they aren't going to buy it, we're going to nix the line off the front, because why would we waste our plastic and materials to make miniatures and lore books that no one's going to read or buy? If the Horus Heresy and Space Marines themselves have books that are out of print or hard to get due to low popularity, what makes you think the custodes, the female custodes, are going to be any different? Games Workshop right now is on top of the world because they're starting to fill that void that Star Wars and Star Trek filled, and now it's being replaced with Dune and Warhammer. Fuck you! I should have gotten that. To be fair, he was a tad bit faster. I'll have to kill him then. This is personal. Oh, you get unlocked them getting hit by 1,000 bullets? Okay. Where is it at? I see it. Oh yeah, Rocket League. That's the other one I was thinking of with the whole jump mechanic. It's Rocket League. Yeah, I never got a chance to play that. I was going to, but then that's when I think Epic had bought the rights to it and they took it off the Steam store. And I'm like, yeah, I don't got a console that can play that either. Oh shit! No, fuck. They could have switched with more horsepower, but the thing is that it would still be the same thing. You still have to make sure the game can run in console and handheld mode. And my guess is that with how they're developing the game, handheld mode is probably going to be the bigger issue. Because unless they make the game handheld mode viable first, and then, you know, full-on console. You know what I mean? Docked mode. Yeah. That's the only other thing I can think of. Oh, shit. Okay, actually cleared it. Okay. There's no indication when if you clear all of them. It's just, you just gotta know. Yeah, now it's blue team. Last time it was red team. It's just bleh. Oh, shit. I want to make my... If I could rename myself just for the game without using my Steam profile, I would just call myself Badong from what's his name? From oh, I missed the point. Oh, shit. I didn't see that one over there. It didn't tell me how my position in the race. I thought I was done. I'm last, bro. I'm last in the game. Like, yeah, we're not going to tell you. Here's a participation trophy. Fuck. I need to cross just for the few points. It might be enough to push the team across. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh. Fuck me. Yeah, it took way too long. Oh shit, we're not gonna make it, are we? Yeah, from Kung Pao, like, Badong Gobnad, I would love that. You play them on Switch 2. This has more sort of coming to Switch 1 and 2. So yeah, they're probably going to do Switch 1 first, and then give 2 the extra processing power that it can get. Unless they're actually going to try to fully optimize it for both systems, so like Switch 1 goes to the max it can do, Switch 2 can go to the max it can do. Oh, 2 via Switch 1 game? Yeah, they're probably going to try to push Switch 1 as much as they can. Red is faster. Yay. So far, it's not a bad game at all. I like it. Only kind of anything that's irritating is that if you want to hide the hints on the screen to hold down tab, we got to press shift to accelerate. So if you press shift and tab, it brings up the Steam overlay thing, and it's just really inconvenient. Now look at this. Let's look at the I'm surprised how fast the games are going, because then again I had workshop play game, create game. Yeah, those are the main 2 ones. The main 2 things you can do. But we can make our own levels. We can custom rally. Wait, go back. These are all like actual people who have made these. So these are all community maps. So let's go. Let's try the Orcception here. Warhammer thing, Star Trek and Star Wars, Doctor Who. I wouldn't put them in the same way, only because I mean I'm not saying that they're wrong, but when I say Star Wars and Star Trek, like those are like global things, like humongously, and I think there's a big gap between that and Doctor Who. Not that Doctor Who isn't, but it's like Star Wars is first, Trek is second, and then Who is third, but there's a pretty big gap between 2 and 3, if that makes sense. Kind of like how we have with, I love how with like with Resident, like with no, the cat pronunciation is a good word. It's like Nintendo. You have Mario, second. Like, globally Mario was first, but Zelda is second. Did I not turn on the bots? Hold on a second. I thought I turned on the bots. Oh, okay. Call this practice mode then, alright. I'll try it again with bots in a second. This feels like something I would see like on those old like iPod games, you know, like Happy Wheels or like Jelly Car before Disney bought it. Shit. Oh fuck. Yeah, Star Wars is slightly course correcting, but the issue with it is that there was just too much wasted potential. There's very little they can do now to course correct. See, Doctor Who, the best thing about with the whole Time Lord mechanic is that they can, in theory, do retcons all that they want, and they can save themselves if they absolutely have to. But you don't really have that same thing with Star Wars, and especially now, I hate to say it, that a decent chunk of the legacy cast is gone or unwilling to come back. There's not much Star Wars can do unless they want to make a sequel series in comic books for an animated series. In the comics, like the old way, like Legends did, for an animated series. But sometimes once a goodwill is burned, it's really hard to get back. Even if it is like legitimately good, you know? 50th anniversary movies of 50 each year. Make more money than the Mandalorian movie. Yeah. What's absolutely funny what you're saying is that, remember they gave, before Disney bought out, they gave George Lucas a bunch of shit because he wanted to re-release all the films in Star Wars like one year after another in 3D, starting with Phantom Menace. Oh fuck, where am I? Yeah, this is feeling more like Jelly Car by the second. I'm facing the wrong way. Oh shit. I just want to get to the end. It's like so close. Hello, Go Die Welcome. Reminds you of Warhammer Racer for the PC and Dreamcast. So this isn't the first rodeo with the racing genre. Interesting. I thought they made it to cash in on the memes. But then again... Okay, we're getting somewhere. We're so close. We're so close. Let's a kilometer. Let's 1 kilo. Let's go. No, stop. Oh my god. Oh my god. I do hope an iMac for the 50th. Yeah, they just copied George Lucas's idea, but you know they need money. Instead of Lucas being like, "I know you're gonna go see it." Randall Lawrence movie advertisement is depressing. You have to go look at how Disney viewed this thing. See, when they had was it before Iger? I forget his name. No, sorry. I'll use the decades. In the 90s, Disney sought to revitalize itself by reinventing itself, and that's why you got the Renaissance. But in the 2000s, they... Oh no, don't you fucking dare. Oh no, stop. They sought to revitalize themselves by buying IPs. That's why they bought Marvel. That's why they bought Star Wars. Because it was easier to... That's what they saw. But it was still deemed the same thing, revitalization. And they're still, unfortunately, approaching, you know, their new IPs that they've acquired and are now, like, synonymous with the brand of Disney. You can't treat it like it's a new acquisition. You have to treat it with respect and dignity. The shiny novelty is worn off. This is depressing, bro. I mind by myself and I still got second place. Let's call it Orcception to be completely fucking fair. But yeah, clearly can play with other people and teammates and stuff, but I'm just thought kind of fun to try to let's try. Let's see what else happens here. All right. I'm gonna take this bass track here. I'm gonna make it work. Eisner, sorry about that. So I have no idea how the hell this works. Right. Waypoint placement. Let me go in here. Wait. Oh, okay. Probably need more time to figure out what I'm doing exactly. Free cam. Alt tool. Wait. Shift, speed camera, control, move up, down, chase, left click to drag, WED to move, Alt to move, duplicate, assault, well. Oh, okay. Oh, God, it's like you're literally using 3D modeler commands for this thing. Okay, so I can just put here. Okay, and let's just print, Yeah, I'm gonna do this later. Not on stream. I would rather just spend a time off stream making a nice track and showing it up on like a standalone video. But yeah, which mode do you think you guys like more? The kill convoy where you just rush the bomb in there, or the death rally where you just race on the checkpoints and kill each other? I personally think I'm a bit more partial to kill convoy. Let's do another one. One of these two, actually, one of these three. Random vehicle, every time I respawn. Lower cooldowns, more fire rate, and let's do the bomb rush. More bombs are spawned. Let's do all three of them. Let's go. Let's make it hard this time. Okay, let's hear. At this point, the only thing I care about is audio from Star Trek, a non-cringe fuck space social semi franchise ever since the TNG, looking back from 2026. Project Store, little F generate, fuck generation, Starfleet, Monster Troopers, fake Federation. That's kind of the problem with these IPs, and I hate to say it. It may be what they have intended back in this time, but at the same time, maybe it was somewhat seen as more possible in the 60s, but then now it's like we've gone past the point where it's just a fucking pipe dream. Because if the world, let's say the entire world, were to go into like crazy war, and I mean like it makes World War II look like a warm-up exercise, where everyone like it's unironically drudged with police states, we probably might not like Star Troopers as much. You know what I mean? It's about the thing with the times, and unfortunately, people like Star Troopers in spite of what the director was making. That's the thing about with these projects. There's no way once you put it out into the world, you cannot control how people like it. I will always use Upton Sinclair's The Jungle. It was supposed to be a immigrants' rights thing, and instead led to the FDA in America being built because the kid falling into the freaking meat factory scene was so well written it missed the fucking point. It flew over everyone's heads. But that's the book that goes on in fucking history. Oh shit, I am blue team now? I'm blue team, yeah. Disable tips. Star Trek probably because of Abrams flicks. They always call him a spaceship. The first Abrams film was fine. The problem with these things is it's more than one because it always does way better than expected. That's what happens every time. Star Wars 1, Episode 4 did great. So that's why we got 5 and 6, even though it's supposed to only have a made-for-TV sequel. Avatar 1 was like the most grossing film of all time. Why there's fucking 4 of those films now? Because, you know, Fox, now Disney, wants to get all the money possible. MCU Phase 1 was going to be the, no pun intended, the end game. Oh shit, what's going on with the game? It's going to, put no pun intended, it was going to be the end game. And what happened? Now we're on phase 4, and everyone's already tapped out because they already took it to its logical conclusion. Look what happens. Do you want to keep something past the logical? I mean, are you smiling, friends? Do you want to keep something past the logical conclusion because it's good? Because unfortunately, you only know you're out of time, out of ideas, once you get to that point. There is no way to know beforehand. Unless you're borderline prophetic, and you know your work inside and out. And you're willing to tell everyone, continuing is a terrible idea, don't let me do it. Yeah, the third film was the one where everyone was like, yeah, J.J. Abrams didn't have enough planning. But again, I was always indifferent to Star Trek. Like, I mean, barring DS9 and maybe some episodes of TNG, I never really got into Star Trek. It was complete personal preference. I mean, at the same time, well, we had BBC, you know, on cable with the real broad time casting in the UK, because, you know, it comes part of the basic cable package, weirdly enough. I got the time slot mixed up, and I thought because I didn't see the intro, and I thought Battleship Galactica was Doctor Who, and I'm like, this is pretty cool. And then I found out what Doctor Who was, and I'm like, it's not bad, but it's not Galactica. It's just my preference. I like space operas. I like the drama. I like the politics. I like the tension. I like how everything has stake and weight to it, and I kind of prefer the mixed approach of episode of the week with a little bit of a mini arc. I like that personally. So when you watch this episode of the week, you're like, okay, but when you rewatch it, there's a little bit more, there's a little something to come back to. Again, complete personal preference. Because I did like the Hercules show with Sorbos, and you know, it didn't really do, it was more episode of the week kind of stuff. That's how I remember it. So media needs a stopping point, but the hard part, like I said, is that you don't know how bad it is unless you know off the head it's gonna be a deliberately bad idea, and I mean like Leprechaun 4, Leprechaun in Space kind of bad. Unless you get to that point, you have to be willing to tell yourself, this is my high point, I need to tap out. You want to die young before you die washed up. I mean, it's a sad thing, but it's true. I mean, unless you're gonna build like what's it called, AC/DC, well, like we have 13 albums that all sound the same, you know? Oh fuck. Toy Story is a great example. Emotional all fall apart from the 3 to 6 season. That's correct. 3 to 6. Sorry, I'm just reading the numbers. And as a kid, I used to wonder, why did Disney always axe their shows at season 3, and why is it very few like Kim Possible ever got that really rare and coveted 4th season? Because Disney knew back then that past the season 4 onwards is when the rot would start to set in. And as a kid, you know, and sometimes as a fan, we're like, it should have had one more season, but we're like, sometimes like, nah. Like with Jimmy Neutron, I know that's not Disney, but Jimmy Neutron got axed because they wanted to actually have more of like a drama aspect in the 4th season, with Jimmy and Cindy becoming like a couple, and the problem, it would have came at the expense of the science fiction comedy that made Jimmy Neutron so popular. So the show got axed. Disney Pop was going to run her animated universe into the ground. I think Disney Pop is going to run her universe into the ground. That's more so on the basis that Disney Pop has a lot of cool things in her universe that with a lot of potential. But it's almost like J.J. Abrams mystery box levels of you plan the shit you don't really understand. Come. No, it's right there. No, I'm right there. I'm fucking there. Fuck. That was very much like the original trilogy at the very least. And that's the thing about sequels. About sequels, like I'd say this is gonna be controversial. If you think of movies like Evil Dead or even Halloween 2, even Star Wars 5 and 6, you did not need those sequels. But a good sequel will convince you that you've always needed it. Yeah. And there's a reason why at the original trilogy, and there's a reason again. With Star Wars prequels, my problem isn't that it's prequels. Is that it's not one prequel. If Star Wars only released Episode 3, no one would have given a shit because that's the story that everybody wanted. Nobody wanted to see. Sorry, by comparison, nobody wanted to see Anakin as an awkward space prodigy. People don't like to see that. Even with real life musicians and real life scientists and real life people who change history, nobody wants to see him as an awkward kid. even though it's incredibly important to their development. Nobody wants to see it. Episode 2, people wanted to see that, but not with all the space politics, because face it, Star Wars, unfortunately, at that point was too big. It was too big. It's not Warhammer, where you have separate books and lore and games. Like, you have this racing game here, and you have the space politics simulator in another game. It's a film. It's the most mainstream thing available. You have to kind of know where to cut the corners. And I hate to say it, unless your film is politics through and through from the get-go, oh shit. It's not gonna work for most people. There's a reason why almost everything is like evil empire, and when they beat them in the movie, that's the end of it. Because nobody wants to see the Star Trek 4, where, you know, the hero has been living so long enough, and then now the formerly villainous group has reformed, and now they're good, and they have that historical, you know, trust in the clash. Nobody wants to see that shit. Televerse goes Harry Potter alive? Unfortunately, yeah. Yeah, J.K. Rowling was sort of being overturned because she made Hermione black via retcon, and other stuff that they did, but because she didn't agree with the transgender stance, they all went after her when Persona non grata, which is why, unfortunately, the VTuber, you know, formerly known as Pick Me, now Henya the Great, got bullied off the internet because she was just, you know, a girl who wanted to play Harry Potter because she liked it and had zero interest in the politics, and everyone gave her shit for it. Remember, there was a whole site that people made. I'm not condoning it, I'm condemning it. A site that people made to dox any streamer who played the Harry Potter game. That's how crazy they went over this lady. Who was once, but now, even when Warner Brothers made the anniversary reunion stuff, they didn't invite J.K. Rowling back. Oh shit, almost there. Oh, that was so clutch. In Harry Potter's, once Gen Z dies, yeah, the thing about it, and that's what happens, sometimes your work is good for a generation. Like, look how big Wizard of Oz was. And now you only have fans of arguably the first film, or worse, only Wicked, and not even the first film. And you're not gonna, and you're gonna have to reintroduce Oz to make it popular again. And so, again, a thing can always come back. Like, again, if John Carter had a better marketing campaign, they call it John Carter of Mars, and they really highlighted the science fiction aspect, it probably would have made a lot more money. But something like The Lone Ranger, that's going to have a naturally niche audience. Because it's a Western, and when people like Westerns, they tend to like it for very specific things. They tend to like, you know, the Western expansion motif, they tend to like, you know, the pre-noir levels of morality, where it's like, it kind of has a gray area, but the black is really black and the white is really white, and the character's like not really neither. Or they just, you know, yeah, Western fans, they're all kind of like, they like the same things, but not for the same reasons. It's not like fantasy with a lot more, you know, commonality, or always a tolerance for overlap. Thank you, my boy. Part of old fans clashing with a very social, aggressive shipper community. Yeah, I mean, there's one thing that even J.K. Rowling said, and this is when they realized they could kind of push Rowling around. So she said her biggest regret when making the novels, looking back, was not, she said her biggest regret was not putting Harry and Hermione, because she actually reread the books and was like, yeah, I didn't develop Ginny enough. And she said, without changing anything too greatly, I would have just put Harry and Hermione. Her words, not mine. Again, if she developed Ginny more, it would have solved it, but you probably would have to change quite a few things here and there. So I get it, you know? That's what the cultural film will be. The question is, what does the culture want, and what are people willing to accept? Because Dune, you could argue, is the next big one. Again, not part 2, not part 3, just part 1. Because people are now going back and realizing there's a science fiction, you know, besides, you know, just crazy starship duels and hippie space politics. Sometimes it can be a bit more rugged, and that's part of where Warhammer also comes in, you know. And Henry Cavill, too, also talking about it, did a lot of help for that. And with shipping, again, I don't have a problem with shipping. My problem is when you treat it like it's a damn religion. Because sometimes the author does pick the worst character, and sometimes there's unjuiced potential. My favorite example is probably going to have to be Bleach. Because if you just go up to rescue Rukia, there's been so much development between Rukia and Ichigo, it's not even funny. Like, even the anime, for that reason, really was going to push more of the Ichigo and Rukia thing, but the anime unfortunately chickened out and didn't commit. Which is why now that they're following, you know, the manga with, you know, Ichigo and Orihime, it feels weird for the anime because the whole setup just never paid off. Not saying Orihime can't be a viable option, but the lore. But I'm not one of those, it has to be perfect. I'm one of those, just give me enough of a reason why in universe the character would accept that. You know what I mean? Oh, fuck you. Fuck. Psycho fan wants to, yeah, deplorable. Self-hating virgin. You can do all you want, Crimson, but you can't re-virgin that olive oil. Disgusting. Oh, fuck. The fuss over again wasn't even that great. Because that's the hard part right there. The game wasn't even that great, but their problem wasn't with the game. The problem was with the creator of the IP, which the game was based off of. It sounds retarded, but who? I'm trying to think of a good example here. I'm trying to think of a good example here. It would be like if they made, you know, like a successor to... One second. I'm having a brain fart right now. Let me take a sip of my coffee. It'd be like if they made a successor to Brutal Legend, but it was created by either Zach De La Rocha or Tom Morello of Rage Against the Machine. Some people would hate their politics too much to even buy the game and would tell people to boycott the game. That guy is, you know, was a red piece of garbage, you know? But the game itself could be good, or just even mediocre, but the hatred is not with the game itself, it's who made it. It's why some people, you know, don't read certain books by certain authors. Not because of the content of the book itself, but just, you know, the person behind... Neil Gaiman's another one. People hate Neil Gaiman because of the allegations. Keyword allegations here. And yet they'll talk about Coraline being this great horror book for young adults, but then they will just refuse to name drop him. They want his thing without him, you know. But usually, even if it's not political, it's usually just a package. Nebraska? I thought I'm like, well, it's a funny way to spell Nebraska. Nebraska. Why not flush the toilet when you leave a fucking shit? Exactly. Oh, the funny thing is that the trans character they added to appease the people in the West was only for the English dub of the game. It wasn't in any of the other regions, apparently. But that's the hard part about it. People are just so desperate for, like, this instant fix reset button that we just can't have fun with shit. You can't say, you know what, game is fun, based off a terrible person's IP, but, I tell you know, they're not gonna get dimes, so do it. Like, I'll go back in this little tirade here. Wait, what's it called? Another one. Like people say we gotta buy games and boycott them, or boycott bad game. I'm like, what's the new one that Foobsy sent me about? Like it was like Parasite, like Operation Parasite, which is basically Parasite. Oh shit! It's basically Parasite Eve. Fuck. Next with Dino Crisis. I was gonna get it, but I told everyone about it, and everyone's like, "Why are you posting a Chinese game?" I'm like, "Well, you're not giving me any non-Chinese games or even Taiwanese games that are satisfying my niche. Do I have to boycott the game because it's Chinese?" And some people, they hate Unreal being in everything, so it's a terrible piece of shit, so they're gonna boycott it off of Unreal, or don't like when the founder said or whatever. So what happens now? At what point do we stop, you know, splitting hairs? Because right now we're gamers who need a toupee, and we still bald. Who gets more hate? Like, who hates more? Potter fans with Rowling, or hating Walt? I'm going to say Rowling fans, for the simple fact that Disnoids can even say, you know, we don't like what he did, being, you know, anti-Semitic in their eyes. but he gave us Disneyland and all this stuff. They're willing to admit the good even though they don't like a very critical aspect of him. With Rowling, the thing they hate became her defining feature. Oh, what the hell, I got a bomb? Where? Shit. Most fandoms are cancer. They used to not always be like this, but you know what happened? The internet. And the internet, you don't talk the same way on the internet you do in person. Same way how in chat you're mostly, you know, civilized or more clear. And in person, when there's a face, you're usually a bit more understanding. Oh yeah. With anonymity, you know, everyone talks wicked shit and they don't say anything. And you gotta remember that. So sometimes you're gonna be like, oh, this game's terrible, but then you go to another circle of the internet and it's just, oh, we're all nice, we're all fun, we're all friendly. Like people saying like 80s metal is the greatest thing ever. It might be for you, yeah, but that's not the full picture. Because if it was the greatest thing ever, you'd still have Bon Jovi playing on the radio. You would have Bon Jovi playing sports arenas on daytime TV. But if you can't even get Metallica, the biggest metal band, to play on, you know, in the arenas, what's the fucking point? Disney adult became a thing when you don't understand your childhood. It's a long story short, but long story short, these people never outgrew, you know, the whole Disney of the good wins, bad is loses. Like, it's unironically that meme, like, it's funny how the good guys have won every single time. But the big component here is that, to be fair, to be completely fair, sometimes using fictional characters makes it a lot easier to explain shit. But as a starting point. But for them, it never gets past this. But also combine it with the fact that if you just love something enough, you're going to believe that it's going to be good regardless of all time. I don't believe that shit. I mean, look how many people will say, like, you know, like, oh, animation is, or cartoons are a respect medium. But it's never animation as a whole. It's only the cartoons that they grew up with in the late 80s to the early 2000s. And anything before that, after that doesn't count. That's not Disney, but it's not Disney exclusively, but it still falls into those same parameters. Because they want to hear how Batman... They want to hear how Batman the Animated Series is a great psychological story and why it should be treated on the same medium as any other live-action Batman film. Or they want to believe that shows The Last Airbender are a lot smarter because they talk about, you know, politics and genocide in very clever ways that even most contemporary shows can't. They want to believe the thing that they like is still worth something. And it's, you know, and it's a paradox. Because you have to believe something has inherent worth to celebrate it or to share it, but you also have to convince everyone else. Like, I mean, back to that Valorant debate I was talking about between League of Legends. Valorant's cool, but for most people, Valorant is just Overwatch meets CSGO. And the moment that another FPS comes out that does the same thing better, or with better gunplay or better heroes, people are going to move on. It's why Deadlock doesn't have a big community, because Deadlock is a lot more tactical. It's 5v5 agents. I think the agents are a bit cooler than some of Valorant's. Well, most of them are, I'd say. But the gameplay is just so in-depth that you don't... It's not easy to pick up and play, you know what I mean? That's why people who play Overwatch a lot, typically don't... Or like, even people who play competitive Overwatch, they tend not to be good at regular FPSs. Because but there's enough people rallying behind it they believe it has a self-worth, and it keeps going and going and going and going, you know what I mean? Because no one has to believe, because, again, I'm one of those existentialists. I don't believe fiction is worth it. There's no reason to objectively believe in music, art, fiction. You cannot objectively prove why any of these three things are worth keeping. You objectively cannot do it through science alone. There's no objective reason. But there's enough belief behind these things that have kept them preserved. There's a reason why the Epic of Gilgamesh, one of the oldest stories ever written, which begins within the olden days, is still been preserved because there's something that people see in it that is worth preserving. And people have to believe that individually before it becomes a collective idea and then becomes in a history book and thus is seen as an objective reason to be kept. MJ, I mean, about Walt's life? Yeah, because Michael Jackson always had that childlike wonder. Remember, when he made Moonwalker or Smooth Criminal, the first half was an experimental animated film with live action elements, stop motion, and then the second half of it was Smooth Criminal, and he turned into a gigantic freaking mecha warrior. I mean, Captain EO had a more cohesive storyline than Moonwalker, but it was Moonwalker that got the that got the theatrical release. Yeah, well, to be fair, the companies of yesterday, of Pixar and Disney, in the mid-2010s, they changed, like, the staff. They all got pushed out or they left. They made individual companies for smaller experimental ventures. So yeah, if it's not a fan anymore, I can't blame you, because it's not the same company. It's like BioWare, you know? The BioWare that made KOTOR and the BioWare that made Jade Empire is not the same BioWare of today. The same way how a lot of people like to suck off the dick of Obsidian, you know, the guys who made Stick of Truth and New Vegas. They're not the same team anymore with the newest game you saw. Oh, fuck. Art can be a time capture for couple. True. I'm not saying that you're wrong, but I'm saying, like, if it comes to, like, survivalness, you have to pick, you know, like, you know, engineers are gonna rebuild things, or art. People are gonna pick engineers to rebuild shit almost every single fucking time, you know? If it's like the original copy of Lord of the Rings to save, or, you know, a natural disaster, or, you know, an emergency kit to get help, you're gonna take emergency kit to get help. When it comes on the wire, you cannot prove it. Hate to say, but the Middle East has survived a long-ass time without music or art, or a lot of that stuff, and a good chunks of them. And they kept going. I wouldn't say it was for the best reasons, but you can't survive without it. You can only appreciate art, you know, music, fiction, music, all that stuff, once you have your survival in check. You have food, you have access to water. You're not gonna die tonight. You can take time off and enjoy it. Shimo, another problem is the decline of mainstream media because more and more people follow media under the group. But that's the other, and I'm going to, oh wait, let me finish reading chat. Yeah. Okay, decline of modern media because people go to the older stuff that they grew, and create back to be feel of constant solid pandering now. Actually, actually, wait, yeah. And this is where you're absolutely right, Criminal, because think about it. Ask yourself this question now. What is the defining features of the 2020s? It's 2026. Not to be rude. I'm not saying it as in, like, it's the modern years, the argument, but we've been in this decade for 6 years. What's the defining trend? It's literally just nostalgia bait. An entire decade's gonna go by. Maybe let's get lucky in the next 2-3 years. Well, all we've done is just, we milk the 70s, we milk the 80s, we milk the 90s, we have biopics about music from the 60s because we're just so tired of now, and we have nothing to show for it. It's going to be a forgotten decade. The same way how with game consoles, like, there's so lack of an innovation that, starting with, you know, the PS4, Xbox One, you can skip those consoles. An entire generation of thing that's been deemed you don't need to. You can skip over this. I'm not saying you can't make throwbacks, but you should be able to make a throwback and then improve from there. Again, how is it that the 90s were able to make all these great neo-noirs? Because they understood noirs first. They didn't just make noirs again and again. They added a new flair. They took Scarface and updated, you know, the Prohibition with the 80s cocaine in Cuba, and it still holds up because it's just flashy enough, and it's enough style and enough substance to come back to. The Crow is neo-gothic. They studied all the things like, you know, Dracula, and all the other, you know, kinds of monsters, the Frankenstein. To be fair, those also did get remakes in the 90s, or rather, but which were the throwbacks, and they took that with the modern edge of the time, 90s modern goths. And what happened? The Crow became a hit so big it redefined the character. The same way how Roger Rabbit was redefined by the film. They did a throwback, and then they added to it. But unfortunately, we're so scared of taking chances because, you know, the people who do stuff now take the most boring and the most mindless of predictions and the most mindless of experimentation. That we just go back and we just don't do anything. What good is that? I mean, think this way. Guitar has evolved a lot since Eddie Van Halen. But if nothing past Van Halen's the point, then what's the point of working with the guitar? If we've done everything that a guitar can do, because Van Halen supposedly, you know, is the apex for most people, then why am I still learning guitar when there's nothing else to be done, nothing else to be explored? Why would I want to make something that's already been done a bajillion fucking times over if nothing new or interesting is going to show up? That's just me. Some people like the same mundane shit over and over. And people are very particular and have one to three flavors that they like. But doing that does not get you a culture. You see what you want about, like, the Super Bowl halftime show. But think about it, it wasn't a new group. It was Kid Rock. Kid Rock, a guy who samples rock riffs. I'm not saying I don't like his stuff, because I prefer his rap remix to Metallica's original Sad But True. But I'm just putting it there for context, at least as a musician. Yeah. Yeah, I think about it, the only thing that's disposable, or at least not disposable, quote unquote, for most people, is literally only one game, Bloodborne. And that's the only reason Sony is not porting it. Well, that's not true. That's not true. The devs for Bloodborne have no intention of porting that shit over. But think about it. One single fucking game is the only reason why that entire generation is not being held as trash. Xbox, everything got ported. I think Xenoblade X got ported, so now the Wii U's dead. Officially. Unless you're a collector. So what else do we do now? You don't want to be that guy who's been forgotten over and over. I'm gonna die. Oh shit. That's why there was a revival of David Crockett due to Boomer 50 nostalgia. That is very fucking true. That's very true. And that's why in the 80s you had a lot of these reboots of these older IPs that you probably didn't know were reboots. Because they're like people forget. The Addams Family was an old TV show first, but the 90s version of it was, even though it was a bit more modern, a bit more edgy, it was still loyal in all the parts that matter, that it's seen today as the definitive version. So where when they did that new Wednesday show, they got the original actress for Wednesday Addams from the movies to come and teach her how to be Wednesday Addams. That's how much it's revered. They contacted her and said, we don't want the show to suck. We need you to help her be the Wednesday that everybody likes. And that's why the cartoon one, which is just didn't work out because it was just felt too safe, too sterile, you know? Not enough personality. Even though there were cool things like Wednesday having nooses in her hair braid. That was a cool little detail. But there's two of those things, and I can't tell you anything about the two of them because I don't remember them. It goes in one ear, not the other. One eye socket out the back of my head. But yeah, it was an old show, and before it was an old show, it was a comic strip too. They'll have the Demon Souls remake. Yeah, they're not going to. Here's a problem. People either complain that it doesn't get ported or remade, and then you complain when it's ported or remade because something's off. So what's it going to be? For a lot of people who claim to want physical preservation, they really seem to hate it when they have to go all the way for one fucking game. But I had no problem with it when it was all Japanese imports back 10 years ago. Because more about convenience for anything else. You have built up a new way. Yeah. Yeah, and the Monsters tried doing that, and the Monsters didn't really stick the landing, unfortunately. I mean, when the George Lopez parody about him having a nightmare about not having life insurance, and he's done in the style of the Monsters, is a better Monsters parody than your equivalent of the 90s movies, 90s Addams Family for the Monsters, you messed up. Okay, Blue Point got shit can. Blue Point's the company that ported the thing over. But yeah, you don't care about Blue Point because that's a question. Besides the port, what did people have that they cared about? Nothing. It would be like if Atlas got canned in the 1980s. Oh, what? You mean the Karate Kid deaths? No loss. But you can't shit can them in the 2000s? Or early, even before Persona 4 comes out? Oh no, no more Persona, no more Trauma Center. No more of these other crazy puzzle and strategy games that nobody else would make. When you shit can them now, you're only missing Persona. It changes from every decade. Rocket da checkpoint. Yeah, Trust was great. Like, one of my favorite ones, well, nostalgia-wise, favorite one, but in the moment I was frustrated. there was a guy, he had like a fractured rib surgery, but there's a power outage, so you actually had to surgery him. But all you had was a Polaroid camera, and you had a limited number of flashes, so you had to low-key memorize everything while doing the surgery at the best of your ability. Well, in the number of flashes. That was a bitch and a half to do, but when you did it, you felt so satisfied. You're like, yes, fuck yes, we did this. Oh fuck, turn around. You don't have a game like that anymore. Because everything, and I call it, well, there was a guy who described it, I forget who said it, where he says like that up until the 1990s, everything was a process of experimentation, but we figured out everything we needed to figure out, which is why ever since then we've been in an era of refinement. And refinement is always about, you know, pushing the number up, even by the most minuscule of means. Which is why our stuff doesn't get better. We just want to controls to play smoother. It's why if you play, let's say, a first-person shooter today, it's gonna feel smoother than an FPS back from 2000, more times than not. As opposed to, let's make a new way to play a first-person shooter. Because why would I? Because if it's your favorite food, you know, why would I fuck with the formula if it works perfectly fine? You have to start doing shit for experimentation's sake, which means the result you get isn't always going to be usable, but you still need to do it. Yeah, remakes don't always make a game or movie better anyway, but ultimately it's about understanding, and that's one thing. A lot of remakes don't understand the material, and like I said, with like the port, it's a matter of convenience more than anything else. Oh shit, wrong way. Yeah, we're not gonna make it. Yeah, for a remake to be good, you have to understand what makes it good, and know what and what you can change. And I'm gonna say is I don't count. Resident Evil 1 remake is a weird example. It's very strange because there's a lot of things going on there. But a good remake. I'll give you a sec here. Like Fire Emblem, the first game got remade on the Nintendo DS, and that game was just, it took all the refinements from the later Game Boy games and put them on the DS, and it became a very solid blueprint. Oh damn, yeah, it comes on the wire to these kinds of games. Yeah. Unfortunately, like, it was so good that it became, that the blueprint it had kind of became the basis for the 3DS games that followed afterwards. The other bits of it, but it also knew what to. It also knew, like, okay, if we add this mechanic in, there's gonna make this other part easier, so we gotta change this to compensate that. So it became a rebalancing act. Same thing with Heart Gold Soul Silver for Pokemon. They knew how to fix the balancing after all these experiences of Pokemon all those years later. Let me do another one of those bomb rallies. More people don't. They just go and say, okay, like is Evil 3 remake, for example, because that's a very bad remake. Okay, the Resident Evil game, the new Resident Evil games play like this. New action games have these elements. New horror games do these things, and they put it all in a blender, and it's just literally duct taped together. Because that's how most people understand it. They don't break things down into pieces. It's just this go there, go that, go there. Let's put, I want to try this map. Yes, but up to the mechanics, yeah. But yeah, it was still, it had appropriate. They weren't trying to overcorrect. Like that's what I mean. If it isn't broken, you don't change it. Well, as an Evil 3 remake, for example, they changed everything. And this goes back to Resident Evil 1 remake. It's a weird remake because there's quite a bit they changed about the gameplay loop. And of course, no, but it still felt appropriate that even though the game loop changed somewhat, it's still considered to be the best one. But the other reason why I say it's kind of weird is because of the presentation. Some people love the more serious voice acting, because some people, for some reason, believe Resi was always serious and really hate the B-tier voice acting. And that's why they consider one, like Spoony One. Spoony One says that the original isn't worth playing. He's like, yeah, I don't get why people thought it was scary back in the day. But that's how it was, because it was supposed to be B-tier horror. It's like Evil Dead, you know, people's like, oh, Evil Dead 1's kind of schlocky. I'm like, 2 is the same kind of schlocky, but there's more action, so you give it a fucking free pass. People make remake. The answer is simple, because the remakes make the game worse because they don't understand what makes it work. But most importantly, if you say that you would rather buy a remake of a classic game or a re-release of a classic game versus a new IP and give it a fair chance, what do you think the company's going to do if they want your money? Would you rather buy a remake of Resident Evil Code Veronica that's actually really good, or would you rather buy a brand new horror IP that actually has all the Resi shit but even scarier? Like if that game I played on Damer 1980 was actually like a better made game. You want the original game? Please the original. Yeah, Crimson says, I love the Resident Evil 1 remake or the original. Do not think for a second it replaces the original. Yeah, that's the thing with people in general. There's this unspoken rule, especially in the West, from my experience, that there is this thing where there needs to be this definitive version to everything, when that's not the case. I mean, the closest the West has to that, I'd say, arguably, would have to either be like the Batman movies, where like you know, it's like Batman '89 and Batman Returns versus, you know, Batman Begins and The Dark Knight, or the Batman Part 1 and then Part 2 coming out, to where they kind of can all stand on their own. But usually you don't get that. Usually it's just like, well, he's not Christopher Reeve, so it's terrible. It just is this weird thing with the West. Always, they simultaneously want things to go on and have as many iterations as possible, but then at the same time only are somehow looking for the definitive version of whatever. Like, I don't need to go back, or there's no need to go forward. It's because once you get perfection, people don't want you to change. Really, at least that's what they tell you. Preaching to the choir? Yeah, I know I'm preaching to the choir, but sometimes it's, you know, it's different when you're saying it with a family and you're actually making something, because you have to, well, at least, you know, I draw, I write. You have to kind of make sure, like, am I challenging things just to challenge them for, like, just for the sake of it, or am I, or is there a reason why this works? Is there a reason why and I have to dig into the, find out, okay, I like this because of this, I like that because of that, and more importantly, where'd it go? Shit. Yeah, and why did it work in the original? And it's annoying because so many of these things that are good are usually accidents, not even limitations, just fucking accidents. And that's the worst part. Like, how do I replicate an accident that fucking works? Like, it's kind of tough, you know? You RIP? Alright. IP or both if possible. Or both if possible. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with supporting both. I think supporting both, like, if the Veronica remake in this hypothetical is good, then yeah, I think supporting both can be fine. But people act like, oh, boycott AAA and just only get indie, and I'm like, can you give me anything that's good? And they can't name me anything. It's like, there is no boy named Indy coming to save you. Indy Jones is not, no. Tactical remove the weapon triangle? Yep. Cooking is the best way? Yeah, exactly. You got because yeah. I don't know if I mentioned this last week, but it was a short I saw on YouTube, and this guy's a really good cook, and his family cooks, and he said, I'm going to cook food for my mom and dad today using an ingredient that they cannot stand. Like the dad doesn't like fruits for dinner, so he made this nice blueberry barbecue glaze, and the steak looked amazing. You couldn't even tell it was a blueberry, and I was like, this is great. What is it? He's like, blueberries. Like, blueberries taste too good to be blueberries, and he kept eating. But then his mother, for example, had the thing where she didn't like animal feet for food. So he got smart, and he said, okay, I'm going to make a Chinese-style ramen broth using chicken feet to make the broth. And it came out so clean, so light. And his mom was eating it. And he's like, well, Mom, you know, she's like, what'd you make the broth with? And he's like, I just used chicken feet. And there was a moment of hesitation, and then she took another bite. Just make sure. Yeah. But that's the thing, though. What do you do when potentially the secret to the sauce, might have to mean that you might have to retweak an ingredient that you're not used to. Like, for example, like, I actually will defend mayonnaise on pizza. It sounds weird, but I went to a Korean place one day, ordered a pizza, and I wasn't aware that Koreans put pizza on it, but they put it underneath the cheese, not on top, so I couldn't even tell. And I just thought, this is an incredibly creamy cheese. And then halfway through, the cheese fell off of one of my slices, and that's when I saw it was mayonnaise. Well, there are people there who hate mayonnaise, and they'll never get a chance. And that's the thing, it stops being rational to some points. And people can get incredibly picky to stupid degrees because they just have their feet in the ground, head in the sand. Like, to keep the food analogy going, my younger brother was very picky when he was younger. He liked a lot of Italian American food. You know, he liked pizza, like spaghetti. But then, you know, we make it at home one time, and there's a lot of, you know, oregano, parsley, and he tries to pick it out. He's like, it's gross, it's disgusting, and I try to be logical and tell him, he's a little kid, they put that in spaghetti, they put that in pizza. And so next time when I made pasta, he just ate it with chicken bouillon and butter instead of the tomato sauce, because he would just rather not have to look at the thing. Eventually he got over it. But some people with their fiction, they get so caught with one formula, one way, that it's like, well, can I convince? You just have to kind of tell them after they take a bite of the ingredient. You can't tell them what it's in before, you know. I mean, probably I think the persona non grata nowadays is the word subversion, because they don't care about if it's subversion or not. They just want the story to be good and if it's, you know, interesting and respectful. Because you can have a subversion that does that shit. You can. It's just that most people can't do it right. It's like a well-done steak. If you slow cook the well-done steak, you can absolutely get it done. But if you try to cook a steak well done the same way you do a regular steak, don't be surprised if it comes out crispy. We have like ketchup with the pizza? Yeah, I'm aware of that. But here's the difference though. I would rather give a pass to ketchup over mayonnaise off the top of my head. Because at least ketchup, there's different kinds of ketchup, and there are some that are basically tomato, like tomato paste for pizza without the right amount, with just a bit more sugar to make it taste like ketchup. But yeah, it makes sense though. Ketchup is like, ketchup is tomato. Tomato sauce is tomato. It should be closer, you know? Mayonnaise, on the other hand, with the egg profile, you know, that's why I'd be a bit more skeptical. But you know, you put corn, you put the gogi, you put potato, and I'm like, I don't know. It's like you're trying to clean up the leftovers from your dinner plate onto the pizza, bro. I mean, I'll defend it. It tastes good. But for the looks-wise, if they work together, key to how to make it work. Exactly, Mr. Crimson. The third eye has been opened. Think it'd be fair? Yeah. Yeah, but some people, yeah, and there's nothing wrong with being a bit picky, but the thing with when you're picky is that sometimes you have to use the phrase, it's not for me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna say, like, what's a good example here? But for the IP that was that everybody likes it, I don't, but it's not for me. No, it's not the Vtubers stuff. I think Vtubers actually has some writing problems. New IPs trying to get into WAAAGH. You know a lot? Bro, I mean, I got into it recently, but yeah, in the server we got a couple of people who are into it, so yeah, so you came to the right place. Yeah, the algorithm came in clutch for me with this game. Let's see what else. A movement in a modern game, but a context where it actually can work. True. That is very true. Sometimes you get used to how a game is. Like with you, it's movement inertia. For some people, they don't like old school tank control. For them, tank controls are just the devil's existence. But at the same time, don't you have like motion sickness? That's something that you can't control, to be completely fair, if you do have that. But where'd Mom go? No. Face crumb. Let's go. Let me see here. Shit. Yeah, because talk about the new IPs. I think I said you about the video Trench Crusade. how aesthetic-wise, it could probably go head-to-head with Warhammer. It looks really great. I would actually play that game with Forever War. But the substance is just so damn thin, bro. Like when you're like when those 2000s parody movies, like, you know, like Date movie, Edit movie, Disaster, when those have more substance than your thing, than your like Grimdark RPG. Grimdark's a great example of not cooking it right. You need to have some kind of hope for Grimdark to work, a reason to keep going, a reason to keep fighting. But if you're fighting for fighting's sake, it can work for a narrative, but not necessarily be fun as a game. And you have to really convince people. Yeah, and that's the hard part, convincing people. Combine that with not real gray morality, but like shitty, everyone's an asshole, instead of good thing may have unintended bad consequences, or, you know, logistically the bad movie's better, or maybe, you know, being selfish is just what it is. Within you know, still some moral reasoning. Combine those three things in a really depressing art style and half-assed writing, and yeah, no wonder people don't like Grimdark as much. They love Berserk, but avoids all those pitfalls. But most people cannot actively and consciously tell you that. Which is what makes it kind of irritating when you try to talk and say, they just go and say, well, that's different. And I think everything's like fucking Game of Thrones and shit. It's like, well, how about a Bastard? You don't like Bastard, the anime? You like Lotus War, which has a couple of elements in there. Shit, I'm screwed. Fuck. Ah, shit. The Stompa killed me. Yeah, at the same time, however, for example, Light and Hope, it's humor-wise... Oh, wait, I'm gonna fall to my death? Oh, wait, no, it ain't. More humor-wise, I love how the orcs are damn hilarious with how they are a bunch in the 40k media. Yeah, they're doofuses. What happens is that, like, you see, with Warhammer, they actually know where the joke is at. Again, this whole game unironically has the WAAAGH meme in it. They're embracing it. But a lot of the fan base, you know, on other IPs, they try to take themselves way too seriously. Now, what makes game work is when you're campy. Typically, you're camping, but you play it straight, which makes you likable, makes you fun. I mean, after John Wayne. At least it wasn't John Wayne Gacy. I would have had questions. Hold. I thought I saw a plane up there for a second. Just a jumping tank. Never mind. What's up, Amity? Welcome. Oh shit! Stomper. Oh fuck. Amigo, take it. You're good. You're good, man. You're good. After this, I might do one more. I'll ask you guys if you want to see another one of these tank battles, the Stomper battle, or do you want to see more of the typical like frenzy where you just run around the checkpoints like a hamster wheel. Just also when we play cheesy and straight, makes the series more endearing. Yep, and remember the one time they chose not to play it straight with that Devil May Cry reboot with Dante with an O? Yeah, nobody really liked that. And then they had the audacity to pull the middle finger to the fans, not even in a million years. Oh, God. Graham Happy was a big John Wayne fan, yep. Yeah. Arcs are scary when you're fighting them. Yeah, Arcs are scary. Think about it. They would be scary if you're fighting them. If these guys were happily killing everybody else and you have to fight this orc to the death, and you just see an orc with a smile going, oh, this is fun, isn't it? It's another Tuesday. You're like, oh shit, I'm gonna die. Because you're imagining some snarling, sniveling beast like you would in Lord of the Rings, but he's just smiling like, wouldn't it be nice to break your bones, and just snaps your neck. Machine gun. Machine gun. Yeah. It's just about the humor and horror. Yeah, because remember, it has the humor and horror because it's a satire, and it remembers that. Like the whole joke with Warhammer. Unlike Starship Troopers, where the whole satire is military bad. Isn't that funny? The whole joke of Warhammer is that it's incredibly amazing, epic stories, but everyone's like, I want to be there, and you're like, oh wait, people, like real life Chinese battles, people just are die like in the tens and hundreds of thousands. Yeah, I don't want to be there. Because I've asked if you wanted to be reincarnated into, oh shit, into no damage. I'll take it. Into Warhammer or what's another one? Oh, like Buzz Lightyear Star Command. You're gonna pick Buzz Lightyear Star Command. At least you have a couple peaceful planets there with a Federation that actually, like, you know, goes out of its way to defeat villains and understands that everyone's got their own way of life and things, as opposed to Warhammer where it's you. Hold up a second. The game crashed. Fatal error. Okay, that's the first crash within 24 hours. That's. Let me just bring that back up. 1 second, guys. I'm still here. I just gotta reboot the game. Guess I'm gonna restart that match then. What a wonderful WAAAGH. Maybe this year, as an anniversary, I'll watch the Duke 60 film, which started as Davy Crockett, but produced it and directed as well. Star, producing, and directing. That's a killer combo. I don't. All right, let me play the game. Give me a sec here. Here, play. Just give me this map. We can only watch it on 22-minute uncut version on French and German Blu-rays. Oh, jeez. That thing is almost like Badong. No screen? Yeah, press the wrong button. Shit. Yeah, press the wrong one by accident. My bad. The game crashed. That's what happened. Revolution up there, the top 3 English-speaking revolutions, with Texas being first, Glorious being second, and America being third. The Alamos 1960 was a passion project for Wayne, after the full-scale replica of the mission text that's still standing to this day. Jeez. You drop it? Oh shit, it's still going there. Let me just tap him just slightly. Shit. In the Irish Civil War, East Uprising, in the Speaking Revolution. Oh, jeez. We're gonna go there. Go, Badong! Batfong, go, Batfong, go! I'll protect you. Oh, shit. Aim. Oh, yeah, one jump, my dude. Sup, Anthenema, welcome! Join from Helldivers 2. Come on, Shock Trooper, let's go. Okay, gotta be careful here. Oh shit, gotta take the long shortcut. Oh shit. Come on. Sure the stoppers can see me, that's the only thing. Oh shit, right, I make it. Oh, smoke screen, that's the... I did see a quote from a fan line that's the reason why we get into 40K. It's Grimdark, that's where it doesn't have to be. Exactly. Grimdark can just be a setting. The same way you can have fantasy worlds, like low fantasy, where the world's magic, but then the stories themselves aren't, you know, like going to the Wizarding Academy or on this long-ass quest, meaning like every single encyclopedia of monsters. Yeah, and that's the whole point of Grimdark. Grimdark can be an element, but a lot of people feel like it's the thing. Like, think of it like meat, you know? Meat can be the whole dish, it can be a steak, but meat can also be a part of a dish, like spaghetti and meatballs, you know, or chashu and ramen, and it determines how you go about it differently. If you're gonna put steak, let's say, like, as part of a 3-course meal, you know, I don't think you'd go as crazy with it as if it was like the only thing, like 40-ounce steak or whatever. More twisted metal, yeah. Oh shit, just spawned on me. Oh fuck. Oh no, I'm not ready. No, I'm ready to get too much responsibility. They gave me no chance, bro. Let me show me vehicle, please. Taking the hatred copter, let's go. Yeah, and that's why I like it, because because even though 40K, you know, is like this really strange place to be, there's still hope. I mean, I told you about Caiaphas Cain, you know, the commissar. He gets to actually die of old age, which is like a rarity, but they still wrote that story. They didn't have to do that, but they chose to anyways. Yes, I can just slice him off with my head with my blade. Let's go. Come on. Go. Okay. Shit, there he is. Come on, Oogle, let's go. Yeah, I mean, the fact that even, like, you know, Chaos Demons still have their love stories in its really weird way. I mean, again, I told you, was it like the one who fell in love with the daughter of Slanesh? They fought against each other, and then Slanesh goes like, oh, pulls a Hades from Hercules, going, whoa, you're gonna fight each other with these massive armies? You know you're being played, right? How about this? I'll tell you who played you, and then you kill everybody, and get married with my blessing. And, yeah, he literally pulls a fucking Hades James Woods, unironically, in the story. And that happens. There's a lot of things that can happen. There's a lot of wiggle room. But what happens with authors is that they like to write characters one-dimensional. Like Space Marines are just, you know, disposable tank units for the most part, or certain warriors are just more nuns who happen to have guns, and they don't really go about, you know, the whole combat aspect as well. And there's a really bad trope with the Adeptus where they'll just have the sisters like about to give up for a miracle to happen, for like, because it's a cool trope to read a couple of times, but what happens in a lot of books, you're like, eh. You know, Mechanicus got their own thing going on. You know, about like what exactly it is for the Omnissiah and how it plays out with the whole interpretation, like a different interpretation of the Emperor. But again, they don't have to write these stories, but they chose to, and that's what makes it fun. That even the silliest of things get some attention. They understand that because they understand that a lot of people come for different things for the stories. It's not where most people just come for the same one or two things. It's not like Pokemon, you know, where you come for, you know, like the same like 7 Pokemon or the same like 5 trainers. Be honest, be honest. That's Pokemon's legacy now. Fly, damn it! We're so close. No! I couldn't blow myself up. One eye on the stream, one eye on the radar. Orcs drifted the Alamo if they had the chance. Stay safe. Oh yeah, I heard about the tornadoes coming your way. Shit. From the Okies, yeah, from the Okies. So we didn't have artillery with them. Thank God. We'll be attacking the early mornings. Yeah. Get a little lower, Kamikaze Ninja Chopper, let's go. Fuck, there's... Don't... I'm just missing like a motherfucker. There's a lot more factions that I can't see remember off the top of my head. But yeah, I mean, what was it? There was, versus Battle, there is a subsection of them called, I forgot what their name is. What I'm forgetting. But these are the ones that are deemed like quasi-heretical or some even voluntary, and they believe they're unworthy of the faith, and so then they go and they strap up to these mechs, or they just go in with the no armor, just the chainsaw, just kill until they feel holy again. There's a whole class of them too, and you can write stories about that. Like, think about it. The story about the nun who's unworthy, she goes into holy combat with just a weapon to see if God really will protect her. That's a really nuts story to have. I'm seeing vehicles after this. Oh, bye. Vehicle? Yeah, I'll remember in a second. Give me one of these. I'm gonna remember the name in a second. I don't know why I can't remember what. And the custodes. I gotta remember what else. Wow. The frogs! Oh shit! Okay, Texas was one part of Mexico in the revolt against Santa Anna. In 35-36, unfairly declared the dictator ripped the Constitution in half. Let's respawn. We are just barely behind. Hate this. Oh, fuck, come on. I didn't drift fast enough. We're going. By the 6 holies, let's go. What's it called? Oh, shit. Well, Supercell ice cubes except on my car. Yeah, car's the worst thing when it comes to that shit. Come on. Fuck it. Go for the next one. Fuck. Let's go. So close to Stomper. All these fucking shits. Oh shit. By 1,000 bullets. Alright. One you know, but if health are free to take, I have 179 in the freezer. But do they taste good is the question. There's no point. I recommend, yeah, the first one, the first three, yeah, either the first one, the first three, or the first five. Because 1 gets people intrigued, 3 has all the stuff you need, and then 5 like explains a bit more of the extended stuff. And I mean like in terms of like the release order, not in terms of like the chronological stuff, because after that they released books that came technically before that, and it just, oh shit, wrong way. Go, Dorako, get it, get it, get it, get it. Up there? Oh shit. Oh shit, we're all trying to get there. Oh crap. Oh, get there. Really? Come on. It's like some Happy Wheel shit. Let's go. I forgot I have the second set here. Oh shit. Alright, let's change vehicles. Let's go back to this one here. Let's go. Then we'll have a bit of a defensive strat. We'll have a 100-point lead. If someone can keep them from getting it, we'll be fine. Good. Go, Daka. Good. Go, go, go. Let me say advance and fear that parents. Oh my god. Oh shit. Go. Oh, come on. Why is it when I'm in this piece of shit? I can't run fast enough. I take damage, yeah, but... Wait, almost there. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Crash, damn it. I picked the wrong car, shit. This is the one that has the missile. Gotcha. Wait, I can repair myself? Oh shit, I didn't know that. Okay. Let's go. Too much fun, man. They had too much fun sounding that. Come on, grab it. Protect me. We can do this. We're so close. If I can just get there fast enough. Oh shit. We're so close. We're gonna barely make it. Fucking. I dropped it right there. I wanted to change, but I keep respawning too fast. Alright. The reason I want the higher localization because the one time guy running this had a huge thing for MILFs. Probably. Did they grab on roll like in Doctor Strange Love? Oh, for fucking sure, yeah. Too long since seen for that, parents? It was fine until Fairly Odd Baby. They had so many times they could have ended that show. They could have ended it with School's Out, Catastrophe, Channel Chaser's the big one. They could have ended it with there's two more they had after. They had no wait. There was Fairly Odd Baby, and then there was Wishology. All those could have been great endings for Fairly Odd Parents. But the absolute worst one was I'll do one more. But I'm gonna do the one where we have like a bunch of bombs to make the game go faster. Yeah, if they wanted to keep going after Wishology, although I think that should have been the one that ended it there because it was a great homage, great parody stuff, at least for as a kid. And the finale of it, more bombs, lower fire rate. Let's go. And he got canonically have the kiss with Trixie, which that never happens in most shows, where the guy gets the girl. Usually it's the best friend or somebody else. But if they wanted to keep it past Wishology, season 10 should have been the last season, because there was a episode, I think it was season 8 or 9, that had the Finding Emo joke, which is, I know it sounds stupid, but with Finding Emo, there was actually a chick that liked Timmy because they go on a date at the very end, and she likes him for who he is. Oh shit. Wrong car. And I think that could have been a clever thing to kind of like be a bit meta and reflect, like, oh yeah, you don't hang out with all your friends anymore. Because you don't hang out with Chester, you don't hang out with AJ, Raj, you don't hang out with any of them. And it would have been a great way, to be meta and just like, yeah, Timmy's kind of growing up. And so as an alternative to Channel Chasers, you could have had him like grow up and accept to be ready and then be with that girl, I forget her name. She could have been something cool. It could have had drama between him, and the tension could have used the Fairly Odd Parents to make it, and sometimes the Fairly Odd Parents make it better. Sometimes the fairies make it worse. That would have been a great way to handle it. But you needed to plan it out, but they didn't, which is why Chloe came out the way she did. Which is not the girl from Finding Nemo, mind you. And I'm only, if you say, what are you going on and all about a kid's show? And I'm like, because I was there. I was there back in the day. If you remember that show, Fairly Odd Parents was one of the few shows that could actually go toe-to-toe with SpongeBob in terms of ratings. And we're not even counting the Timmy Jimmy Power Hour crossover specials. But the fact that you had a show that good in its heyday could actually beat SpongeBob it's insane to think of now, because nothing's allowed to beat SpongeBob except maybe Loud House on the really rare occasion. It's a show that should have ended, had many chances to get on that off-ramp, and just blew it every single fucking time. And that's why I'm so sad. Because I want my shows to end well. Oh shit, where's it at? I wanted to be that cool fucking tank shit. I wanted to be DeFist, but no. Einstein is the origin, Night and Pilgrim on the Drop Site Massacre. Ooh. Yeah, FOP's Magic Dog, yeah, that was when they were running out of ideas. And bro, he didn't even last a season. They already retconned him by the end of that season. Next season, when they started up, they don't even mention him by name. That's how bad it is. And I just remember finding emo because of the episode where they kind of tried to copy the whole episode again of Timmy wishing he had zero emotions. I'm like, you guys did this episode like way better years ago. Why not do something different with it? Yeah, the finding emo was just a lazy joke tell. It didn't really have anything to do with being like actually goth or emo. Like for context, Danny Phantom had an episode where Tucker, which was like a goth thanks to Sam's help about and actually exploring goth subculture. That was a better episode, and it still wasn't the most accurate thing out there. Yeah, the big third one was Jimmy Neutron, but I have to talk about why they axed Jimmy Neutron with the whole drama thing. Go WAAAGH. Oh, come on. Fuck yeah. No, they don't. Not if I kill them. Oh, they won. Yeah, the funny thing about Chester was actually voiced in the first 3 seasons by Frankie Muniz. But he couldn't do it because I think he had conflict schedule with Agent Cody Banks and some other thing at the time. And so his agent's like, yeah, I know you want to voice this character, but you literally don't have time to do it. Which kind of sucked. There were pitches for SpongeBob before 98.9? Yep. Yeah, but it wasn't like SpongeBob as we know it now and today. It was a little bit different. I can heal myself? What can this one do? What the fuck does this do? I'm saying because with the sound design in this particular thing, I'm surprised Warhammer has not done a game that is like the answer to Battlefront. Think about it, a game with better internet connection, less grinding than the EA Battlefront. They could print money, bro. Just give us hell, make the fucking new heroes just for this game, this fictional hypothetical game, and I would buy it. And I'd actually go pay full price. Not gonna lie. Let me heal myself quickly. Gibbs. Oh shit, I'm on fire. Oh fuck. Heal myself. Yeah, buddy. Then I should go with Paula. See, that's exactly what I mean right there. In most cartoons, like, oh, Danny likes Paula, like Paulina. But they put him with Sam, who's the best friend, and Sam, hate to say it, looking back on it, Sam did not treat him really well. No joke, he could have gotten, I think it was with, not Desiree, I forget her name, the black girl. I'm so sorry, I'm so mad. I don't know why I'm forgetting everything recently. I don't know why. The one who's also a ghost hunter? Because even when he was Danny Phantom as the ghost, she treated him with more respect than Sam ever did. I think it was Leslie, I think it was her name. I could be wrong about that. But yeah, that's what it should have been. If not, Ember McLean, someone else that treated him with some amount of respect, Even though Ember McLean, teased him a lot, she still treated him with more respect than Sam did at their absolute apex. Yeah, and that's why I'm like, Wishology could have been the end with Feral Parents, because again, mostly they would have put him with Tootie like they did in the god-awful live-action version with Drake Bell. But now they actually gave him Trixie, which was a humongous surprise on my end. Gotta heal just enough to get touched, just a tip. Let's go. Yeah. Should have gone with, yeah. See, if they wanted to do something, what I would have done if they really wanted to put him with Sam or some other girl, I would have had Paulina for like in the middle of season 2, and realize that Paulina's not all that she's cracked up to be, or hate to say it, copy Black Cat where she likes the ghost boy, but not Danny. I mean, they probably could have done something really incredibly clever, where, maybe they acknowledge it and they pretend to be, like, distant at school, and then afterwards they don't care. And then season 3 could have just been them dealing with that. Like, Danny getting his cards in check. Yeah, I think that would have been a really much better idea for a finale, but given that Butch Hartman was actually not opposed to the drama, but you know how Nickelodeon is with Phantom, they did not like it. They sabotaged that show. They gave it low ratings intentionally. Valerie Gray, that was her name, yes. So it was Gray. I thought I was remembering it wrong. The voice actor like Gray Delise, like, no, that can't be right. Her name can't actually be Gray. Yeah. And the fact that her tech could go toe-to-toe with the, the Fenton family tech, that would have been great. Modaka, Bodaka. Waka, waka. We found Gobnad for the bag. Okay. Let me through. I can't speed up. Oh, no. I wasted it. That's got a really quick reload rate for like 2 seconds. Let me heal. It's done. We are so close. So close, so close. Fenton, oh Jesus Christ, Fenton! Oh my god. Still out of the episode when the teacher was like roasting them in that online MMO. That was funny. Oh, the early 2010s YouTube gen. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, yeah. those errors. I mean, yeah, crap like that is why shippers, I know, to bring it back. Because again, there's a lot of potential they could do, and if you're shipping me for potential to get cool new narratives, that's one thing. But some people just pick, like, you know, like the aesthetic crap, and again, for fan fiction, it's fine. But what works in a fan fiction doesn't necessarily work in you know, in proper works. Here, oh shit. Oh shit. That was gonna be the game-winning one too, but I didn't get my ass beat. Oh god. Grug. Could be Danny Phantom. Oh yeah, the freaking the serial killer Randy Stair. That was Ember McLean. But I'm just saying, bro. I mean, people have done way worse for worse characters. Oh fuck! Why am I running into combat like this? Oh shit! I thought I had the bomb. Halfway to the finish line. Oh shit! Could we have more bombs right once more? Feed him bombs. Yeah, but I don't think he was genuinely obsessed with her. I don't think he was. Cause remember, he had a tiny little car accident, and I think his brain was just coping. Cause face it, one big component of Ember McLean's character, she's a ghost girl. Ghosts imply the objective metaphysical existence of reality. There's an afterlife if a ghost girl exists. You know what I mean? Same way how with Ju-On, if the grudge exists, then there's an afterlife. A messed up one, but it exists. So by focusing on a character that is an embodiment, that the afterlife objectively exists, helped him cope with the idea of passing away a lot easier. That's just my theory. Because he could have been any other ghost character, like even Desiree, the Egyptian Arab girl, the belly dancer design girl, that could have picked her too, and she's a ghost, but she's only there for like what, a handful of episodes by comparison. Come on, Zilla. Your bomb is mine. All your bombs are belongs to us. Oh shit, 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 shit. Gotta lose him. Come on, come on, come on, you piece of junk. Heal a second time. I keep getting caught. Like in a, I can't bob and weave out. That's the worst part. It makes it so frustrating. I'm like right fucking there. John Charles joke about Disney bootleg was an actor? Yeah, the Austrian painter unironically loved Snow White. German story, they did it justice. And let's face it, bro. Think about that. The Austrian painter was happier with the adaptation of Snow White than Tolkien would have been with the Jackson films. Because face it, no adaptation I think was ever going to be good enough for Tolkien, given how adamantly anti-war he was. And so I think to him this idea of making like an action movie kind of thing would have been like, do you not understand what I'm trying to do here? Let's go, come on. Come on, Spleen Rippo, we're so close. The two of us can make it. Oh fuck. Start healing, heal. Yes! So I was a big fan of country western movies. Oh yeah, it's really weird how that works. Give me this one. Let's go. Come on, come on. Oh shit. go. We're so close. Come on. Oh shit! No back. Bye. Let's go. Come on. Oh no! Right there. Fuck. Yes. I should have won the game. Oh no. Come on, Daffy used to do it. Oh my god. Come on, where we at, boys? How many more do we need? It's like 3,000 or what? I put more bombs at the game faster, but I guess the AI is just really relentless here. Frag bad. Well, Westerns yet tried to have John Wayne assassinated to our boss KGB where Duke took 3 men and broke into his house. Waiting for him. I don't know, because we're getting close. I think because I have more like multi-bomb on as opposed to like a bunch like 3 or 4 as opposed to like 1 or 2. Almost be surprised the point count like doubled. Alright, it's almost over. Yeah, that got closer. Okay, so it looks like it's about 3,000 points. Well, I guess how the Stompo was like having a good day. Yeah, that's what makes them scary. Like, it's funny because we're, playing as a comedy game. But if you think about that in your soul, you just hear like, yay, Daka, boosh. Your pants, you soiled it. Oh, not getting that bomb. Fuck, that one's way up there. Let's go. Gotta time it just right. Boy, fuck. Right. Damn it. Yeah, I gotta go around it. I gotta go around it. I've been a little bit too excited to get the thing over with. Shush, my child. Let's go. Grab one of these carefully. Let's go. What's up? Okay, it's 2,500. Looks like. Oh shit. Ah! Damn it. I couldn't walk around. Oh my god, this we're so close. That's the worst part. We're like right there. Tip the tongue. We're right fucking there. Oh shit. Of course, 50 points short. Come on, we just need one more. Oh, no, wait. Let's we get it? All right. So close, so close. Come on. 20, yeah, 3,000 then. Turn. Oh, we got it. All right. There we go. Yeah, my name changes every round, so I always forget which one I am. Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, let's go. Ooh, we got a new idle animation. That's pretty sick. New. Yeah. All right. Everyone, get your closing thoughts in. Everyone, get your closing thoughts in here. All in all, I like this game. I think it's pretty fun. Yeah, the Mortal Kombat, weirdly enough, reminds me of like some parts of Battlefront, which I do think is cool. The jumping and the pushing the bombs around, it's almost reminds me of what I've seen of Rocket League. I do honestly think I prefer this the bomb drive mode here as opposed to, you know, the main frenzy mode, but that's just me personally. I do wish that they did have 2 more modes. I wish they had a standalone motor combat mode like you would in Twisted Metal with a smaller map. I mean, with the whole Battle Royale craze, I'm surprised that that's not a thing. But the other thing I do wish they had like a standalone, like, proper racing course mode. Because I think if you had that, you would have a lot more people in one game. Unless they're going to do a separate racer and a separate arena shooter, which I don't think they are. Gork and Mork are proud of you. I think you're with Daka? I am Draka. Oh yeah, yes. I encountered Drakakula. Gork, is this true? Yeah, I'm glad you guys enjoyed this. I mean, thank Warhammer. This is not sponsored, but if they didn't put out that console release trailer, I would have never been aware of this game. Yeah, I'll ask you guys in the chat later. Well, no, in the VC later? No. The Discord later, if you want me to do a drawing stream tomorrow or next week for the last stream. Yeah, but yeah, hopefully I can play more of this in the future. And until next time, this game's not old. I know it's eventually. Well, true with the console players coming in soon with the release of it. With crossplay added. That's a very good chance it could happen, I think. Well, I'm glad you guys enjoyed this. And until next time, this is Shimo signing off. Take care. Raise those fucking horns. And remember, just stay underneath. How many WAAAGHs can you have? Never enough. WAAAGH.